Hi there, Working Homeschool Moms. This is Charlotte from Charlotte Jones 24/7 and My Little Homeschool. And this is episode number 108 of the Strike a Balance podcast for Working Homeschool Moms. And yes, you guessed it. I'm talking about time again. Yes, time is one of my favorite topics. And the reason why it is one of my favorite topics is because so many women in my community are worried about time and how it affects their working homeschool mom life. So today I'm going to be tackling something related to homeschooling specifically. And this is a question that comes up a lot. And that is, when is the best time to homeschool? There's never a straight answer, is there? But I have some ideas for how you can find the best time to homeschool for you and your unique working homeschool mom life. But before we get to the episode, I'd be ever so grateful if you could rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. It just means that more working homeschool moms can find it, and in that way I can support them on their working homeschool mom journey. Or you could forward this episode to a new working homeschool mom who is figuring out the messy beginnings so that she can take her first steps with confidence. Thank you so much and enjoy the episode. Hi there, and welcome to the Strike a Balance podcast for working homeschool moms. This is Charlotte Jones. I'm your host, and I am a podcaster, a speaker, a writer, and a homeschooling coach, specifically for working homeschool moms. I've been homeschooling my neurodivergent twin boys since 2017, and I've been a working homeschool mom since 2017. So I know it can feel really overwhelming to keep all the balls in the air all the time. So each week I chat about tips and strategies for being a happy and thriving working homeschool mom. I cover things like time management, homeschooling, mindset, and lots of other juicy topics like that. I also speak to awesome and inspiring women who manage to juggle homeschooling and work successfully and find out what their secrets are. And I also welcome experts who can help you on your working homeschool mom journey. I have lots of ways to support you, so be sure to check them out in the show notes. You can download my time audit as your first step to managing your time better. I have a Facebook group for working homeschool moms that you can join as well. And be sure to sign up to my newsletter for weekly updates. And if you need additional support, you can join the WHM Collective, which is a supportive community of working homeschool moms where we delve deeper into topics that are going to help you thrive as a working homeschool mom. Or if you need one-to-one support, be sure to book in a session with me. I'm so excited for you to be here, and I know you'll get so much value out of this episode. So let's get started. Working homeschool mom, I know how overwhelming it can be to choose a math curriculum for your homeschool. That's why I'd like to tell you about the online math curriculum we've been using for years, ctcmath.com. As far as math curriculums go, it has loads of great features that solve lots of the math issues we've had, and I know a lot of homeschooling families have. Here are just a few of the many features that we really like. Questions are adaptive, which means the interactive questions change in difficulty depending on the student's ability. The program uses a smart algorithm that tracks the student's progress and delivers questions based on their exact needs. The student doesn't even know this is happening, helping them to build confidence and master math concepts. Concepts are delivered through video tutorials and summaries which are clear, complete, and easy to follow. It's like having your very own teacher. This ensures your children understand something before they're asked to practice it. And then for us parents, CTC Math has extensive reports which are so valuable in monitoring your child's progress and spotting any gaps. And they offer a 12-month money-back guarantee if this curriculum is not for you and your family. CTC will provide a full refund, no questions asked. But I think the most important thing is a whole lot less stress when it's math time for both parents and kids. You get to outsource math with confidence, and your kids get a fantastic tailor-made program that makes learning and mastering math enjoyable and positive. Visit CTC Math today to start your free trial. CTC Math is also offering you, listener, an amazing special. When you go to ctcmath.com/MLH, you can get a half price discount plus a bonus 6 months for free. That's ctcmath.com/MLH. So what is actually the best time to homeschool? If you're new to homeschooling, you might want to know what the best time is to homeschool. I know when I started out in 2017, I certainly wanted to know. And I also wanted to know how I was going to fit homeschooling into my busy day, a day that also contained work and chores and exercise and downtime and much, 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 much more. So, as a working homeschool mom, thinking about the best time to homeschool can be tough because it should be when you're working, right? Normally, kids go to school and moms go to work. But being a working homeschool mom is not a normal way to live your life. In fact, it's much, much, much better than normal. It's extraordinary. It just takes a bit more creativity and patience to get there. So, on the episode today, I'm going to give you some ideas for finding the best time to homeschool. And the great thing is that it will be the best time for you and your unique working homeschool mom life. Let's take the first step. You need to start with unlearning. If you've been here even 2 minutes, you'll know that I'm a big fan of deschooling. So basically, deschooling and unlearning are the same thing. The reason why you need to do this is before you even start thinking about the best time to homeschool, you need to unlearn everything you know about what education should be. And I believe that a big part of what we think education should be is based on time. Right? It starts at 8 in the morning, finishes at 3 in the afternoon. It runs for a couple of months and then there's a break. There's one long break each year. But if you're working and homeschooling, a lot of these timings just won't work. In fact, they will probably clash. So, one of the steps of unlearning is to rethink when homeschooling should happen. And that's the beauty of homeschooling. It's so flexible. You can shape your homeschool to suit your life. But first, you need to let go of what you're used to so that you can be open to all these awesome possibilities. Now that you've unlearned when homeschooling should happen, you can start to get creative. And specifically getting creative with your schedule. But there are a few things to keep in mind. What are your non-negotiables? What has to happen every single day? When are the kids most energetic? Because then they're going to be more receptive to homeschooling. When are you the most energetic? Because then you're going to have the energy to homeschool. How long does it take to do everything in the day? So you could use my time order to figure this out. It's really a good practice to know how long things take, because then you can plan your day much better. And are there any tasks that you can outsource or let go of? Are you spending time on things that are not serving you? My time audit has a little section on this as well, where you're going to kind of prioritize what's really important to you and let go of the rest. So once you've got this figured out, you can start figuring out when the best time is to homeschool. And as you can see, it really depends on both you and your kid. This is a team effort. Being a working homeschool mom means that your work has to be part of the decision, obviously, and often work is a non-negotiable. Otherwise, it's quickly not going to be sustainable or even manageable in any way. So in terms of scheduling creatively, you need to grab the times when you and your kids have the time and energy to homeschool. If this means evenings, weekends, early mornings, then take them. I always talk about people I know who homeschool really, really late at night. You know that we are very, very, very early homeschoolers. This is how we all manage to fit homeschooling into our day. And at the end of the day, there is no rule that says homeschooling should happen at a certain time. Obviously, we base it, like I said, on our experiences as being part of an education system, but it doesn't have to be like that. And once you let go of this and open your mind, then you can get creative and find the time to homeschool, the best time for you and your kids to homeschool. Just want to give you a few extra tips and things to keep in mind when thinking about finding the best time to homeschool. Firstly, it's okay to outsource. There's absolutely no shame in asking for help, and there are so many options out there. You can send your child to a co-op, or they can use online homeschooling programs. Just two examples. If it makes your life easier and your kids are happy, then go for it. And the reason why outsourcing is so good is because it opens up your schedule, and it means that it's much easier to find a good time for you to work and your kids to homeschool, especially if those times happen to be at the same time. The next thing to do is to get good at time management. As a working homeschool mom, you need to get good at it. Read all the productivity books, put those tools and concepts into action. I certainly do, and they help me so much. When you're using your time effectively and efficiently, it once again gives you more options for homeschooling and when you can homeschool. And I also find that these tools help me to work less but get more done, once again, giving me more time to find a good time to homeschool. Something else that I absolutely love is year-round homeschooling. When we started, it was a game changer for us. It means less homeschooling every day and taking breaks. It's not a big deal to take breaks. In fact, we only homeschool 4 days a week for a max of 1 hour a day, but I want to show you that year-round homeschooling works. My kids did 2 math grades in 1 year. It's much easier to find 1 hour a day than 4 or 5, right? So year-round homeschooling is really going to help you to figure out a good time to homeschool. Next, you need to meet your kids where they're at. Another way that you can do less homeschooling and once again make it easier to find the time to homeschool is when your kids are engaged in their learning. And a good way to do this is to meet them where they're at. Let them lead, give them the reins, and listen to what they want and need. How do they like to learn? This is going to allow your kids to tell you when the best time is to homeschool, how they like to homeschool and what they're interested in, and homeschooling will be much more enjoyable for everyone. Finally, test and tweak your schedule. So you'll find the best time to homeschool changes, and that's okay. In fact, it's perfectly normal. Your life is going to change. Your kids are going to grow up. They're going to change. But I know how hard it can be to get used to at the beginning, because finding a good schedule can be hard won, and I know it can be difficult to let go. But I promise you that the testing and the tweaking will ensure that you always find the best time to homeschool, and you're going to be able to craft a homeschool that suits you and your kids perfectly. A few final thoughts on the best time to homeschool. As with many things related to working homeschool mom life, the beginning can be overwhelming and messy, but I can guarantee you that you will figure it out eventually. And remember that I'm always here to help you figure out the messy beginning. I've been through it so that you don't have to. So reach out and let's have coffee. Let's have a chat. Let's figure out the best time to homeschool together. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. Please let me know what your greatest takeaway was. You can reach out to me on Instagram at charlottejones247 or on my website at mylittlehomeschool.com, or you could even drop me an email at hello@mylittlehomeschool.com. I'd be ever so grateful if you could rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. It will help spread the news about being a working homeschool mom, and in that way we can build this wonderful supportive community together. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, take care.